Good morning to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. On this morning's update, we're going to talk about a major shakeout that took place last night. Bitcoin was down to about 50,900 points, and it's reversed up about 1,600 points in the last couple of hours. XRP was close to the 53-cent level and is now back over the 54-cent. We've been talking about an expected or an anticipated move up to that 60-cent region. And XRP whales might have sealed the deal for that move now, as they've pushed in some $40 million of purchases here in the recent activity. We'll take a look over the last 24 hours and such, and we'll take a look at an article as we get deeper into this update that touches on the 40 million purchase of XRP by whales. And we're going to take a look at that 60-cent level, as we've been talking around that area for some time. And we'll take a look at Bitcoin, how it's definitely reversed here, some 1,600 points from the bottom, as it went down to 50,900 and some change overnight. A huge shakeout, so I hope you're still with me with XRP. I hope you didn't buy into that consolidation, because we talked about it perfectly over the lives, over the updates. As we can see, Flare's up another 12%. So if you bought Flare with me a couple months ago, we're up over 600% now. So that is our best asset so far in our portfolio. It's up over 600%, Flare. We bought it at 0072. So it is just ripping it right now. I couldn't be more pleased. As we can see this morning, VeChain's up 9.6%. So we've got some assets that are moving right now. But I'm focusing mostly on XRP. We'll take a look at the total crypto market cap as well, as it's pushed over 1.965 trillion. We'll take a look at Bitcoin as it's over 52,600. We'll take a look at the XRP market cap as it's pushing up towards major resistance again at 30.2 billion. Right now we're at 29.5. There's reasons to be very, very optimistic this morning, as I know a lot of people were tricked out of their positions last night. So that's going to be something to pay attention to. If you are watching right now, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this video, and it'll allow not just new viewers to reach this community, but also viewers that might have been around for some time that did not get alerted by the YouTube alerts when my video came out. And because of you guys hitting the like button, when YouTube recommends the video, it turns up in everybody's analytics again, and it becomes part of your algorithm, and you find your way back home to the community. So let me do the timestamp here. Good morning, 10:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, February 26th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So very, very, very exciting times this morning. But let's start with this. So I put out a video, and it was about the XRP holders. We maintain our bullish setup. And then I said what we targeted, and somebody said absolute BS talk, waste of time. Well, I'm not going to respond. So somebody said, and this is if you're new, pay attention to what we've done at this channel. Just from this push around, not even talking about how we bought into XRP at 47 cents in 2021 and then sold out at $1.66 and didn't buy back in until we started long holding again in 22 or 23, where we bought in at 34.6 cents. So there's a lot of truth going on in this community, but I do take a lot of backlash. So I appreciated this response from John. So pay very close attention. I'm not saying this. You might want to waste more of your time and go back to review Tom's prior calls and support and resistance levels. I have made thousands on Bitcoin using Tom's calls, one of which was to call a bottom on Bitcoin around 26,500. Would doubling your money count as a waste of time? Note, this particular channel is for positive, persistent, diligent investors who want to profit from knowledge. If all you want to do is take pot shots and gripe with uniform cynicism, you may want to look elsewhere. So John, thank you so much for that. And yes, I don't ever bring it up. I take the criticism, but I did call the bottom at 26,500 on Bitcoin. I came on and did an emergency update and said that the government has flipped the quantitative easing. We must buy into all of our cryptocurrencies. And if you haven't bought XRP or your favorite cryptos, it's time to start accumulating now, today. And that was at 26,500. And Bitcoin right now is up 100% from that call. Not to mention some of our cryptos like Flare's up 500 plus 600% now. We've got VeChain, where we bought at 1.6 and VeChain's at 4.9. So we're up 200% on VeChain. We're up over 100% on DGB. We bought it at 0.006. Every single asset we hold is up. some up several 100%, some up 30, 40, 50%. XRP is not quite up as much, but now let's get into XRP, because this is about more than just up. Let's give them praise. We also got to take our lumps here as well. So XRP has not, let me repeat, XRP has not had that breakout that I'm looking for yet. XRP seems to be lagging behind the competition as usual. If we take a look at the appropriate formation here, XRP back tested beautifully like we talked yesterday. How, if you're new, we keep talking. We're on top of this descending triangle from January of 2023. As you can see, the resistance hit up here, support down here, back up to resistance, support. Now we're attempting a breakout. Typically, you will break out around that 70% level on a pattern formation if you're going to break out. And that doesn't mean it goes up. It could even go down. But a breakout typically occurs about 70% through a completed pattern. So now that we're looking at this, XRP perfectly, and I mean perfectly, back tested this so it went down to 52.8 cents. That is an absolutely brilliant back test if this is the start of a long leg doji reversal here. Now we've pushed over 54 cents. If this is our catalyst now to push over, we should get a beautiful bang here. A bang out of this area, I should say. A nice push. And that next push will be in this July of 2023. This is not it. July of 2023 formation. And it's what we talked about yesterday. The target had moved down to the uptrending support. And we were basing it on this chart for this one. But we knew how far it could go down. We knew it could go all the way down to actually 52.1. That would have been the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement level. And that was around 52.1 cents. What we said, 52.5, we want to make sure that holds that area, because that was the January of 2024 back test support, and it's held. And even on the 2023 of July formation, July of 2023, we're now bouncing off this 53.8. I still anticipate our next move right here is going to be about 58 cents. Although I believe we're targeting 60 and possibly higher, and I think the market was a big shakeout this morning. As I've been talking about with Bitcoin, I drew it out for everybody. If you're new, this is how we've had it. We know we came from a broadening wedge. We called it very, very early when everybody thought we were in a bull flag. Resistance, support, and then it came back up to resistance, support, confirming the broadening wedge only needs 2 hits on each side, the legend states. Came up to resistance, and instead of breaking down, what I consider a bull flag here, and we've formed an ascending triangle within the bull flag. We have support, support, support. We've already hit it a few times, confirming that uptrending support turned into an ascending formation. That just means if we break this ascending top, that ascending triangle is just consolidation. That keeps us from having to go all the way back down to 35 or 38,000 at the bottom of the broadening wedge for a third hit. But now, like I said yesterday, and a couple days in a row, we're targeting around that 55K area to see if this is bearish. Okay, that breakout point from this bull flag, even if it's bearish and it needs to hit this ascending triangle, should get you somewhere up 54,466 or 55,000 area, depending on where it hits. And then if you get on top of that and you hold that broadening wedge, the technical target somewhere around 66,000. Doesn't mean we're going to go all the way up there, but that's the maximum capacity. Now, if we want to take it from a shorter distance here, which is fine, because I don't necessarily like to take the whole wedge. On a broadening wedge, I like to have layers. So if we take it out and we say, okay, well, it's just a one-tier breakout, that's fine. Maybe it doesn't come to 66. Maybe it comes to like 64. But we'll pay attention to this as we're playing out. So be very, very alert with Bitcoin. And be optimistic, because this is an attempted breakout. And we're doing exactly the 70% area is where you like to see a breakout. I'd say this is pretty close to the 70% level here. And we finally pushed over 51,600. And it's not even close. We shot out by over 1,000. Now, as I said, if you're going short on Bitcoin, make sure the rotation's over, because the shorts have literally lost their shorts, their shirts, their top hat. You've got sunglasses left to cover yourself from the sun. Let's keep our sunglasses. So before you go short in this market, make sure that it's rotated back down, because there is signs that we still have a big move coming unless we do break down the barriers. And with Bitcoin, that barrier right now is this ascending triangle. If you come down below 50,447, then you could have come down to like 48.6 to see if this ascending support holds. But the fact we had such a volatile breakout of 51,600 area, that speaks volumes. And right now, Bitcoin, the volume is coming in. Look at this hourly candle. 2,322 Bitcoin sold in the last 51 minutes. The previous candle before that, when we started rotating, was 1.1K. On the big dump candle, overnight, we had 394 Bitcoin. This was a bear trap. No doubt about a bear trap here, and we've been all over this. XRP, we've shown the January of 2023 formation right here, or 2024 formation from January. We're holding this uptrend, or the descending triangle support. This would be a catalyst, and technically, if you're just looking in between, we are still looking for this move out of here of about 25%. That is what I am waiting for. It was supposed to be about a 40% move from the bottom. We've already moved some 7.93% from the bottom where we're at. So that would get you up to about 33%, roughly. So it was supposed to be anywhere from a 30 to 40% move, but it could have got stopped here. This is the point. This could have been the stopping point. We retraced 9% now, roughly. And now we're bouncing off of that descending triangle support. We have not busted out of there in 3 months. If we do hold that descending triangle support, as it looks like we're trying to right now, we had a volatile swing back down to 52.8 cents. And now if this pushes out, it's like we talked yesterday, that inverted head and shoulders could absolutely play out. Boom, boom. We talked about if it came down and then it could go up. There's nothing in between. If you just go from the January of 24 pattern to the June of 2022 formation at 66.6 cents, which is up there, one could say there's nothing in between, but we know as a community that's not true. Because this formation from July of 2023 formed in between both those patterns. And our next technical move, if we are indeed starting to break up now, should be around that 58 cent mark. Once you break 58 cents, that opens the door. And yes, 60 cents is a pivot point, but it opens the door up to about that 66.6 cent mark. That's my own technical analysis, my own personal interpretation of what I'm seeing here. And I think it's pretty spot on, to be honest with you. And if you're looking at XRP from a grand scale, because I've showed you every other chart, now we have to get into the formation where we hit all-time highs in January of 2018. Let me go to the right chart. From January of 2018, we hit all-time highs back here, and I'll go back here so everybody can see. If you just take a look up here, we hit in January 2018. Depending on exchange, we had all-time highs between 330 and 350. Came down for 27 months until March. Where's this at? Right here of 2020. So we hit our swing high at 350, swing low at about 10 cents and some change. Took 27 months to go from January 2018 to March of 2020. Resistance in the bear market rally of all bear market rallies for XRP to $1.98. Confirmed that downtrending resistance. And now, to go even further, XRP, once that market rally ended, in 2022 it held, 2023 it held that uptrend, and now we're coming up for a resistance hit. Even if we're bearish, and that should be somewhere around 75 cents in today's terms, and this pattern formation, remember, has to end in December of this year is when this converges finally. So it's been going on since January of 2018 it started. It converges and ends in December of this year. So make sure you pay attention to what that means for the pattern rotation. Because even if we think this is going to continuously play out for all eons, the fact is this was a 6-year consolidation as it was formed from 2018 to 2020. And as you condensed it, we knew it could take all the way until the end of 24. So we are so far ahead of this right now that it's insanity. The total crypto market cap's at 1.972 billion or a trillion. And then we got to read something here with XRP. But 1.972 billion. We know exactly where we're going here. There is no doubt about where we're going. It already is broken up and it's starting to push towards our 2.142 trillion. The fact if we got over 1.93 and we held, that's a catalyst. Our technical target breaking out of that huge formation was 2.142. These were the levels up. And honestly, it's doing it very, very easy. This has been a very easy move up. And I think it's going to make its way up to 2.142 trillion before this is all, before this is all tried and done. I think that's what it's trying to do. The fact we've only got one more target and we're well on top of the 1.33 pivot point, this leads me to believe 2.142 is on the, we're within striking distance now of going up there. So consider everything I've said in this update. And don't sell your position short. I keep continuously talking about the shakeout. When Bitcoin is overbought, as long as it can hold that 50 RSI rating and then move back up, the bears have no control. The bulls are in absolute control right now. Absolute control. You should be absolutely bullish right now. If you're a fan of Flare, like I said, we bought at 0072. And this is, I say we, because if you're new, Winning Wednesdays and FOMO Fridays was a big thing I did for over 3 to 4 months to buy several different assets, anywhere from HBAR, Algo. HBAR was at 5.2 cents. Algo was under 10 cents. We had DGB at 0.006. XLM at 8.5 cents. We have Flare at 0.0072. So from where we bought it here to where we're at now, I get a lot of people that tell me, Tom, you made a mistake. You bought XRP and not CASPA or CASPA. Well, did you make a mistake by buying CASPA and only making 400% when you could have made 619%? See, it's speculative. It's speculative. If only I held XRP, so be it. But some of my assets are up over 600% right now. So Flare's doing a tremendous job. At some point, Flare is likely going to correct here. If we continue going unabated, it's like we talked yesterday. There's one major resistance area that Flare is targeting, and I don't even think there's anything that's going to stop it now. It's right here. We had this big breakdown at 6.8 cents. If you're asking me, Flare looks like it's got every ambition to come up there. I know it's crazy that it could come up 800% that quick, but Flare is ripping it, so pay attention to that. I just wanted to touch base on that very quickly. And then VeChain, because it's another one that's running this morning, up 8.78%. If you were buying it with us on Winning Wednesdays and FOMO Fridays, we bought it at 1.6 cents. I'm very proud of this purchase. And ZIL at 1.5 cents. I'm equally proud of both. We've already talked about the momentum here. Once it gets up, and if it can consolidate out. Now we've actually broke out. We're trying to come up to this cup. It's a longer defined cup, and then we're going to try to push this handle in. But if you look at it in the daily, it's much easier to see. I apologize for having it in the weekly. So I believe we're working up to this area at about 0.63, and then VeChain will decide if it's going to put in a bullish handle and continue up. But VeChain's been beaten down, and this one we're up well over 200% on it, or about 200%, just over 200%. So we have a tremendous portfolio building, and I hope you're staying in line every step of the way. I really, 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 really do. And if you're still watching XDC is built up. It's in this descending formation. It's in an expansion zone, I like to call it, where I put it here. And if it breaks out of the expansion zone, you're looking at some 90-something% move. It's got a massive rally ahead of it. Yes, you've got pivot points. The first one would be around 528. Then you'd have to get above 6.1. But this is technically, the technical target on this breakout could be as much as 98%. And that could get you all the way up to 806, depending on when you break out. So just pay attention to XDC, as we bought it at 2.8 cents, 27,700 tokens. So that is a nice rendition and a rundown of what's going on this morning. We'll get into more later on, but let me read this news that we have about XRP. If you did manage to watch and you're still here after 18 minutes and you're figuring out how to buy XRP or your favorite crypto as it looks like things are about to explode, make sure you look in the video description below. There's BITUNIX for the USA users. It's the easiest way to do it in the USA. There's no restrictions, no spot fees, very low futures leverage trading fees. They've got your back. XRP's no spot fees for the foreseeable future as well. So I'm reading today. MEXC has no spot fees on buying and selling or leverage trading fees. But in the USA, it's restricted. You have to be a old user to use that. But if you have the ability in other countries, I endorse you and embrace you if you use that platform, because it's also cheap, no spot fees and no leverage trading fees. And then if you can't use either one of those and you're in like Australia or the UK, PHEMEX is in the video description below. They're very easy in the UK. If you do appreciate what my work I put in the extraordinary amount of time and the consistency and transparency, consider joining Tom's Army. Get a special emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1 to show your support, or consider sending one YouTube super chat per month to help me fund this program. Other than that, please just make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this video. And if you've watched until this article, make sure you type in hashtag #BeBetterDoBetter so I know you made it to the end for the very important information here. So Ripple XRP Whales invest $10 million in 10 days. Here's what to expect in March of 2024. Ripple XRP price opened trading at 53 cents on February 26th. down 8% from the monthly peak of a 58-cent recorded on February 15th. Chem whale investors spark rebound in March. After its positive performance in the first half of February topped out at 58 cents, XRP price has been on a steep downward trend in the past week. However, early signals of a positive start to March 24 have emerged as whale investors begin to buy the dip. XRP price started February 2024 positively, rising 19% from 49 cents to 58 cents. However, XRP price has underperformed the all-core market average in February. February 1st and February 16th was the bounce between 49 and 58 cents, which seen a 19% rise. But since then, it has struggled to sustain the momentum. In the second half of February, XRP has fallen behind the overall altcoin market average, losing 8% of its gains, and prices dipped toward 53 cents at press time on February 26th. However, we're back over 54 cents. With top performance in the DeFi and crypto AI sectors led by capital flowing towards Ethereum, and the chart topping NVIDIA Corp, the Ripple-backed token has fallen down the pecking order in terms of media attention and market demand. TradingView's Total 2 chart estimates that the global altcoin market have received capital inflows worth $194 billion in February 2024, representing a whopping 26% growth. In comparison, XRP's 9% month-to-date performance has fallen short of the market average. However, recent on-chain movements, trends observed among whale investors suggest this trend could flip bullish for XRP in the coming weeks. Crypto whales acquired 70 million XRP amid price dip. XRP price has tumbled 8.3% in the last 10 days, but in an unusual turn of events, a strategic cohort of price-savvy crypto whales have been spotted buying the dip aggressively. Sentiment's chart below depicts real-time changes in balances held by wallets with 1 million to 10 million XRP coins. When the price declines at the local peak of 58 cents on February 16th, the whales held a total of 3.59 billion XRP in their cumulative balances. As of February 26th, they have added 70 million coins, bringing their balance to 3.66 billion XRP. Valued at the XRP's 10-day simple moving average price of 55 cents, it implies that the whales have spent approximately $38.5 billion buying the dip between February 16th and February 26th. Heading into March of 2024, the whales' buying pressure could have a positive impact on XRP price for a number of reasons. Firstly, whales' influence could incentivize retail investors to take on a bullish disposition, resulting in a significant market demand boost. More importantly, historically, the buying trends of the particular whale cohort have often proceeded past XRP price rallies. Hence, a repeat could trigger a significant price upswing. Drawing data-driven inferences from the recent market trends, XRP price appears more likely to enter an upswing towards 60 cents and a downswing below 50 cents in early days March 2024. XRP price forecast 57 cents remains a major resistance. However, the parabolic stop and reverse SAR technical indicator identifies the 57 cent area as the major short-term price resistance for XRP bulls. If the bulls can state a decisive breakout above the area, a 60 cent retest could be in the cards. On the downside, the bears could invalidate this bullish XRP price forecast by forcing a downswing below 50 cents. Psychological support, but with crypto whales currently buying the dip, this scenario seems unlikely in the short term. Make sure you hit that make sure you hit that like button on your way out of YouTube so that YouTube will recommend this update. I hope this information found you well. Have a blessed morning this morning. Make sure you stay positive. No emotional dispositions here. Don't get shaken out here right before a boom. I'm telling you right now, this happens every single time. Do not get shaken out of fear. Don't listen to some guy on social media or on YouTube. Heck, I'm not even a financial advisor, so what the hell do I know? So make an educated and informed decision. If you made it 24 minutes into this video, hashtag be better, do better. Bless each and every one of you.